guys, Asher coming at you today in Clash Royale. Welcome to the video, guys. I'm glad to have you here talking some Clash with me. Thanks for taking some time out of your day clicking on the video. I appreciate you guys. Also, I never say it, or I say it maybe like a few times a year. I'm going to say it today. Today's going to be the day here, February 2nd, 2023. I can't believe it's already February, man. But thank you for those of you who use creator code CWA and Supercell Games. It means a lot. Thank you so much for your continued support. I don't thank you guys enough. Today is another one of those dilemma videos. We did one on 2.6 Hog Cycle. We did one on, just side note, it is so freaking windy. I'm in the Boston area. It's like the coldest month that we've ever, or the coldest weekend, I should say, that we've ever had potentially, or at least in like 100 years. And the wind is so strong. I don't see it picking up on my mic right now, but I hear it so loud outside my window next to me. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm digressing before we even started the video. So we've done the 2.6, we've done the Wizard, we've done the Mega Knight, just kind of topical things that the community always complains about or notices inside the game. Today, my man Devin left a comment, and you guys can always feel free to leave comments. I will give you massive props, as we are going to give to Devin here. He's got the big D. Devin has a big D as an avatar to his name on YouTube. So massive shout out to my man Devin Forma. Is that how you say the last name? Either way, Devin, what's up, bro? Thank you. If you guys want to leave a dilemma idea, I'd love to talk it out with you guys. Go over the stats and see what kind of conclusions we can ascertain together. Hey, Ash, love your videos. Been watching since I started playing the game almost 2 years ago. 2 years for me? No offense, David. That's a new player, man. That's a new player. This game has been around for going on 7 years. Dude, that makes me feel extra old. Extra old. Not only did I start a video by talking about the weather, but I've been playing since 2016. Any OGs out there been playing since the game came out? Anyway, I started playing 2 years ago, and I have a great idea for a dilemma video that you could make. I was thinking about the bad state of the monk, which just got buffed, by the way, I should note. And it got me thinking about a few other cards I find in bad spots. Bowler, Rascals, Wizard, Barbarians until recently. These cards are all at, dun dun dun, 5 Elixir. And I think the dilemma in Clash is that 5 Elixir cards. Them moving the monk to 5 Elixir was like a death sentence at an Elixir cost, which very few cards can shine at. 5 Elixir cards don't cost enough for them to be exceptionally strong like 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 Elixir cards, while they cost too much to get effective Elixir trades like 3, 4, etc. There are so many 4 Elixir cards that outshine 5 Elixir cards while costing less. All right, interesting, Devin. I think you might be on to something, my man, although I will say I have a soft spot for the Bowler. I don't think the Bowler's bad. He's not meta, though, so I guess you still got a point. I don't know how you guys feel about Bowler, but let's take a look here. Shout out to Royale API. We're going to go ahead and jump into the stats, boys and girls. So here is the last 7 days, ladder win percentage. We're going to start on ladder the last 7 days. Actually, let's go 14 days, get a nice swath of data here. And I want to go ahead and sort by ladder win percentage, okay? And then we'll move into to challenge percentages as well, and can kind of compare those numbers really quickly. So let's go starting at the bottom here. We have the 5 Elixir Monk, the worst card in the game. God, how the mighty hath fallen, huh, guys? We have the... Well, we all hate the battle healer, but she's not 5 anyway, so it's okay. We have the Wizard, who's 5 Elixir and sucks. He's used a lot, though, man. We talked about this in the Wizard dilemma. Wizard's good for punishing bad plays. There's a lot of bad plays from overleveled players in mid-ladder, so Wizard actually can serve a purpose in this game. That was the final conclusion if you don't want to go back and watch the Wizard video. However, you can't argue with the stats. He's one of the worst 5 Elixir cards, aka just the worst cards to begin with in the game on both ladder and challenges in terms of win rates. Okay, next up we have the 5 Elixir Minion Horde. Minion Horde's not trash to me, not like trash, but it's not good either. I still never, ever get scared when I see Minion Horde. Really just like a Fireball bait type deck is the only deck that I'm like, okay, at least even anything on my radar. But I'm not scared. I don't like, what about you guys? Are you ever get intimidated by a Minion Horde? I don't. I'd rather go with Minions or Bats or something like that. Again, to Devin's point, a 3 or a 4 Elixir card, or a 2 or a 3, excuse me. Going on here, we have the Executioner, right? So the Executioner is 5 Elixir. He's in the bottom 15 cards in the game right now. He's kind of sucky. I think Executioner kind of sucks, but some of you guys like him. I do have a nice contingent of Executioner fan club members card carrying in my comments below. So I apologize to you guys. I'm just not a big fan of the card, especially when compared to some of his 4 Elixir friends. We have the Witch. Another 5 Elixir card here in the bottom 20 or so cards inside the game. I gotta say, the range 5 Elixir cards kind of suck. The Wizard, the Witch, the Executioner, the Minion Horde. Let's keep it going here, though. We have Archers, who just received a significant buff. 3 Elixir Dark Goblin, who I think is way better than you know what the stats say. But I mean, 49% win rate still isn't that bad. Going up from here, just trying to pick any notable exceptions to the rule as we climb to the top of the win percentage category here. This is kind of middle of the road right here. There's really only Electro Dragon, who does fit in some decks as a 5 Elixir card. We have the Prince, who's very mediocre, right in the middle, right? Average card for 5 Elixir. But then, I think notably here, guys, we see a bunch of 4 Elixir cards, right? Don't we? We see the Ewiz at the top. Skeleton Dragons at the top. We see even Night Witch and Musketeer way higher than the 5 Elixir cards. And then at the very top, we see, you know, Mega Minion for 3 Elixir. We see 4 Elixir Dark Prince. We see the Phoenix for 4 Elixir. We actually do see the Bowler at 51 win percent. So again, I stand by my Bowler statement there. Rascals were towards the bottom as well, though. That's another 5 Elixir card. A lot more 4 Elixir cards up top. Dark Prince, way higher than the Prince, etc. There's more factors than just the Elixir cost. But I think I'm starting to pick up what Devin was putting down about the 5 Elixir curse. Let me go ahead and take a quick look at grand challenges real quickly and see if there's a difference before we come to our conclusion and talk about what we might be able to do with this information, you know? Oh my word. The worst 2 cards in challenges, 18% win rate is the Wizard. 23% win rate is the Witch. Oof. Oof, that's bad. 42% win rate is the Executioner, man. Yeah, those 5 Elixir cards, they really suck in challenges. However, the Musketeer's not that much better at 44% win rate. I have to point out the truth. The Baby D is at a 45% win rate. Another 4 Elixir card. 48 on the Rascals. 48 on the Prince. Let's keep scrolling here. 51 on the Bowler. So Bowler's not too bad. What do we have? Now we're getting above the 50% win rate threshold here. Now we're seeing cards like 4 Elixir Night Witch. We have the Mother Witch. We have Dark Prince up here. We're seeing a lot of 4 Elixir cards. We see Barbarian and the Archer Queen at 54. So those are 2. Hunter, 54%. I didn't see where Hunter was on ladder, but still really good 4 Elixir card, kind of making his point. However, Minion Horde's not doing too bad in grand challenges at 54% as well. So overall, where was Ewa? Oh, Skeleton Dragon's the #1 card at 59 win percent rate. That's crazy to me. But another 4 Elixir card, right? So Cannon Card's a 5 Elixir card that's pretty good. So I'm gonna say this. Flying Machine is a 4 Elixir card, better than most of the cards we talked about here. So I'm gonna say this. There is some truth, in my opinion, to 5 Elixir cards, generally speaking, being in kind of an awkward spot. To Devin's point, they're not as good as a lot of the 3 and 2 and 4 Elixir cards, specifically the range units, the Wizard, the Witches, the Executioner. However, I think some of the other cards personally, like the Prince, the Bowler, those 5 Elixir cards, Cannon Cart, another example, right? I think that those cards, and they're all melee troops, or not melee, but they're all ground troops, excuse me. So I think that it's the range. I would modify the statement in saying the range cards might need a little bit of a buff. However, I don't want to go too far here again, because I'm cognizant of cards like Wizard and Witch being just rampant in the ladder and annoying everybody who's not on top ladder, right? So it's a tricky situation. I think overall, I'm just going to be real. I don't think we have a massive problem here with 5 Elixir cards. I think inherently they ought to be a little bit better than 4 Elixir cards because of the cycle. But I want to leave you guys with one question. So I wouldn't make any drastic changes here, but it is very clear that these 3 cards specifically, they kind of suck, you know, but they do have their purposes, Witch, Wizard, and Executioner. I want to throw one thing at you guys. real question here before we end the video. Does Elixir cost on a 5 versus 6 Elixir card, or a 4 versus 5 Elixir card? We all know that that 1 Elixir difference really does make a dramatic impact in terms of the overall cyclability of a deck for pro players. But for your average Joe on the street, right? I was at a clothing store. I was at Kohl's. That's where I do my clothing shopping the other day. And I saw 2 of the employees, shout out to the Kohl's people in the Boston Kohl's, playing Clash Royale. Just regular Joes, you know? So to your regular person, right? I think it's always weird when I see someone, by the way, side note, when I see someone playing Clash Royale in public, I always, dude, I'm like an F-level celebrity, right? F-level. I get recognized or approached maybe like once a month, if that, right? So I'm not trying to say anything. Don't get me wrong, all right? But if I see somebody playing, I always have this innate thing about being like, I have a YouTube channel where I cover that game. I never do it. That'd be the lamest, dumbest thing I've ever done. But I almost feel like this weird thing, like I should say something to him, like, I'm Clash with Ash. So anyway, I digress. I want to ask you, with the average person, is there that big of a difference between a 4 Elixir and a 5 Elixir card? It's a genuine question, especially when you get into double Elixir time. Is it that big of a difference to play, the Executioner over the Hunter, assuming they're both really good, Does that 1 Elixir difference mean a lot in the grand overall scheme if you're not a pro or top ladder player? I want to throw that question to you guys, because I kind of waver on it. I lean towards, yes, it does matter. Yes, it does make a difference. That 1 Elixir does add up, right? But I sometimes question it in the back of my mind. I'm like, you know what? For your average Joe, is that 1 Elixir difference going to make or break your match? Is it going to have a profound impact on the result of your match or your overall strength of the deck that you're playing? And again, I lean yes, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Anyway, guys, that is the 5 Elixir card dilemma. Just to kind of, tie everything up in a bow here at the end. I don't think we have... I think there is a lot of value to the Hunter, to the Musketeer, to the Ewiz when compared to the Witch and the Wizard and the Executioner. They're all better, probably even in a vacuum. So I think that there's some truth to this. However, I don't think we need to go overboard on either nerfing the 4 Elixir cards or buffing all of the 5 Elixir cards. However, personally, I would like to see a little bit of a buff to the Witch. I'm a big Witch fan. I actually liked it when the Witch was really powerful inside the game. So those are my thoughts. Maybe a buff to the Witch. Wizard is cool, even though he's the worst card in the game. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Thank you so much for the video suggestion, Devin, and big shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay warm this weekend if you're in a cool area like I am. And as always, take care, guys.